Welcome back to The Mandalorian. It's been a good week. They dropped all kinds of news on like new Star Wars shows coming out. They came out with a bunch of trailers for the Marvel shows coming out. And last episode was, even though it wasn't my favorite episode, it had some really interesting developments in it. And I'm insanely excited for this one. Oh, what's up, dude?
Inmate 34667. Please follow Marshal Duke to transport.
Easy as that. Let's go.
Let's go.
He looks so cool, dude.
This other guy.
No, it is him. Hell yes. Chapter 15, The Believer. This music is awesome. And this is what the ship looks like in,
We need coordinates.
I don't really know what this area would be called. I don't think we've ever seen this.
They have his kid.
Well, then what's in it for me?
You get a better view.
I mean, that is
Here's
kind
the
of a
thing.
nice deal.
I can't get those coordinates unless I.
And can I say, I love that she said they have his kid. Like, he's his dad. He's his fucking dad.
Highly volatile and explosive.
Yeah, kind of like this one, huh?
Let's see how this all plays out.
All right, Mayfield and I will swap out for the drivers in the tunnel.
Hey, as much as I'd like to take a road trip
Doesn't
with
sound
Rebel
too bad.
Dropper here, that's not gonna work. Hey, if you want to accuse me of something, then just say it.
We don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Fennec will go.
Enough of the
wanted
bullshit.
by the ISB.
Great. So it's me going in alone.
No,
way.
I think
The
Mando's
minute
going
he
with
gets
you.
inside, he'll tip him
So
off.
unless you're gonna take off that helmet, it's gonna be me going in alone.
Is he going to
Say
take off the
goodbye to your
helmet?
little green friend.
But I won't be showing my face.
No, okay. Got me all excited there for no reason. Hug it up.
Wish I could say it looked good on you, but I'd be lying.
Just make sure you take out the rooftop gunners.
Much fun you are on one of these.
I mean, she's pretty fun. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Kind of sucks that they had to split the whole team up so early, but
Hey, how's it feel?
there's a decent explanation for it anyways. All right. And they're covered on, you know, from all angles by the rest of the team. I think they've got a handle on this.
Phase 1 complete.
Feels better when it's off.
It's not taking it off, dude.
As long as you drive steady, you'll get us to the refinery.
Okay. So that's obviously gonna play a part in this little adventure. Chances are they're gonna be running hot.
Yeah, Empire, New Republic. It's all the same to these people.
Yeah, I mean, swap one government out for another.
Do we think all those people that died in wars fought by Mandalorians actually had a choice? So how are they any different than the Empire?
Fair point. There is a difference, but
Look, if you're
that's a
born on
fair
Mandalore,
point.
you believe one thing. If we're all the same. Everybody's got their lines they don't cross until things get messy.
Well, that's
As far as I'm
true.
concerned, if you can make it through your day,
I'm a
still
firm
sleep,
believer in we're not all the
doing better
same.
than most.
Oh, here we go.
Please stand by for reroute.
Jumping into some action. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Hey, keep it steady, dude. Alright, here we go. Mando, take care of business. You just keep driving, Mayfield. Oh shit, okay, hurry up. Whew. Was a little too close. Ooh. That's some good tension right here. Oh, of course. He's not used to not having his best car. Oh shit. Dude, the music and this action sequence, they are really doing it for me. This would be a great time for the rest of the team to help out. No. Fuck. Oh, damn. Oh my god. Oh shit, okay. That'll do it. Never thought I'd be happy to see a bunch of TIE fighters show up. You know, for the heroes anyways. This is really weird, seeing the the stormtroopers and the Empire as like the savior of, the moment, savior of the day. But I like it. Why do I get the feeling that that was the easy part?
Terminal has to scan your face. Let's go.
Give it to me.
Oh, he's gonna take his helmet off. That's actually really sweet, though. Like, he would break his #1 rule in order to get Grogu back. You gotta take it off. Oh, shit! It's so weird how seeing his face makes, like, such an impact when you are denied seeing it so often.
Hey, Trooper.
What?
What's your TK number?
Ooh.
My TK number is
12B?
My commanding officer, TK-5.
What's your name, officer? You're not dismissed.
Why do Imperial officers have to be like this? Why? We have never seen his face for this long. This is crazy.
Let's get a drink.
I'd really rather not. He's creepy as hell. Like, he's really creepy.
How about a toast to Operation Cinder?
I feel like I should know what Operation Cinder is. It sounds
I
familiar.
had to make many unpleasant decisions.
Yeah. And all dead.
Well, it's a small sacrifice.
Mayfield,
for the
maybe
greater good.
maybe not right now.
Their families? The guys I served with?
Look, I agree with you, but you need to
Civilians, those poor mud
fuck up.
scuffers? Died defending their homes?
Everybody thinks they want freedom. But what they really want is order.
There
When
is
they realize that,
a slight bit of truth in
they're
that.
gonna welcome us back with open arms.
Fuck. I both support and do not support what you just did. Guns blazing, let's go. Just don't look down. God, I love that ship, dude. It might be my favorite of any ship on Star Wars. Seems like they got a handle on this. Easy peasy. Oh shit. Put an end to that operation.
They'll need to sleep at night.
Fair enough. I call slight bullshit that they got out of that situation completely unscathed, but how quickly the TIE Fighters turned from heroes to villains. Dude, is it a fucking sonic bomb? I don't remember what they're called. Yes! Oh, that takes me back. I remember when I was like 10 years old when I first heard that. Come on.
It's too bad Mayfield didn't make it out alive back there.
Nice.
Too bad.
I was just gonna say, let him go.
Talking about.
Cool. Nice little redemption for him.
You get the coordinates on Moff Gideon?
You have something I want.
Damn.
You may think you have some idea what you are in possession of, but you do not. He means more to me than you will ever know.
Nice. Good callback. Ah, that was a sick episode. Still a little short for me, but it didn't feel quite as jam-packed as the last one. That was great. And I loved how they ended that. Alright, that was a very good episode. I think it was much more refined than the last one. Because again, as much as I did like the last one, I felt like it was just too many things all pushed into one episode. This one had a lot less moving pieces while still being very engaging and having some very important moments happen. I enjoyed that this was basically Bill Burr's episode. Like, you start with him, the whole episode revolves around his help, and disregarding the very last scene, it ends with him getting his freedom back, which I didn't think I really cared about, but by the time it happened, I was very happy for him. I really liked the little redemption arc that they had for him. Even though the episode didn't have a whole lot of the team working together like at the exact same time, or at least side by side, I like that every character got at least a partial moment to be pretty fucking cool. And in the end, I think it was actually a good idea that they didn't focus on too many of the characters in this episode. They really honed in on Mando and Mayfeld. And they made a lot of interesting points, even some like social commentary that applies to the real world, which a lot of Star Wars does, but in this one it seemed to be a little bit more overt. I really liked the moment where they drove past the village and they were talking about how, you know, whether it be the Empire or the New Republic, doesn't really matter for these people. They're still in the same situation, still being ruled over, and things haven't changed for them. And that is unfortunately the case with many different government regimes where people think it would be drastically different if a different system was in place, when in reality, it changes some things for some people, but there's a lot of regular people who are still living the exact same way, have the exact same problems, which I think was made extra clear when it was the Empire that came to save them from the pirates, and both the audience and them, you know, were cheering on like, hell yeah, they're here to save the day, that's so fucking cool. When any other time they would show up, you'd get this pit in your stomach like, oh shit, this is not good. And they've actually kind of done that a couple times on this show. Even earlier in this season, it was the New Republic that attacked Mando and got him stuck on the ice planet during the second episode. Obviously they saved him at the end, making it pretty clear like, okay, they're the good guys. But still, I like that the show doesn't 100% paint the Empire or the New Republic in a good or bad light. Like, for the most part it does, but there are those gray area moments that I really enjoy. I really like the action sequence while they were in the transport. The way they built up that scene with the explosions going off in the distance again and again, I thought was perfect. Like, that was a great way to build tension and anticipation for like a big action sequence. And then they paid it off with a lot of melee combat, which the show has definitely done before, but I suppose I myself was expecting a big blaster shootout, and the fact that they had to go hand to hand and Mando really showed off his combat skills, I thought was really cool. And instead they gave us the big blaster shootout towards the end, which was awesome. And of course, the biggest moment of this episode, I feel like everyone would agree, is that he took his fucking helmet off. He showed his face for a long time. He had a whole conversation, sat down and had a drink with the officer. I mean, he didn't really speak that much, but that's definitely the longest we have ever seen him show his face. I'm kind of shocked that the person he shared that moment with was Mayfield, but obviously it wasn't his decision. Really had no choice. But again, I love that he was willing to do that in order to save Grogu. Like, if it was for any other reason, I don't think he would have. But because that happened, I'm almost positive that come season 3, we're gonna start seeing his face a lot more. Because Mayfield even said, you know, your rules are constantly changing. You're not that different from me. And while I still think he is pretty different, he makes a good point. His rules are always changing and he's evolving as a character, so I think for sure we're going to see a lot less masked Mando. Maybe not in like the next episode or anything, but I think in season 3 for sure he's going to start taking it off more. And even though it was a stupid decision on Mayfield's part to shoot and kill the officer and then start this big shootout, couldn't really blame him. The way he was talking about his own soldiers being completely disposable. So to see him take a stand against that and make a stupid decision, but for the right reasons, it was a good character moment for him, for sure. I still call a little bullshit that they got out of that completely unscathed, like not even a blaster bolt to the shoulder or anything, but it was still a cool action sequence, and it ended with a motherfucking... I'm gonna look up what they're called. I don't want to get the name wrong. That's right. Seismic charge. That's what they were called. I forgot. That was so cool. Like, I feel like no matter what the criticisms for the prequels are, Everyone who watched those thought that sequence with Jango Fett dropping the seismic charges around Obi-Wan Kenobi, everyone agreed that was fucking cool. Just the sound design on that alone was so good. So to see him drop one of those seismic charges on the TIE fighters, that really got me. I unfortunately watched the Star Wars movies in chronological order, not by release date, because I was pretty little when... How old was I? I was about 6 years old when the Star Wars The Phantom Menace came out. So I ended up watching, 1, 2, 3 when I was a kid to like a preteen or something like that. And then I watched all the originals. So again, hearing that seismic charge, that brought me such a feeling of nostalgia. I can't even begin to describe it. I just gotta listen to that one more time. So good. And then, of course, they wrapped up the episode with Mando giving Moff Gideon quite the warning. I feel like that was honestly a bad move, to not just go at him with the element of surprise. Telling him that you're on the way doesn't seem like a good idea, but at the same time, I'm sure he knew he was coming anyways, so really, what's the harm? And he got to use Moff Gideon's own line against him. It's like, he means more to me than you will ever know, and I'm getting him back. And they're just really driving it home that Mando will do anything at this point to get Grogu back. So I expect there's gonna be a hard decision to make in the finale. Maybe not a sacrifice yourself kind of moment, but probably something along those lines in order to save Grogu, and Mando's gonna do it. Like, if he was willing to take his helmet off in front of that many people, like, he will do anything to get him back. And I am so excited to see what the plan is going to be. And I really hope this last episode is going to be a long one, because they better not leave me on a huge cliffhanger. I could see them doing that, but I can't handle it. This year has sucked. Like, please, just give me a satisfying, complete ending. I promise I will watch season 3. And might I add, Moff Gideon still had his, smug, confident face during that message from Mando, but there was also a definite hint of maybe not fear, but like a genuine challenge approaching. You could see it on his face. He was like, shit. This guy's really going to be a problem for me. Cinematography-wise, I think the episode was very good. The slight dip in visual effects quality I thought I noticed in the last episode was not apparent here. I thought everything looked absolutely stellar. The music in this episode was fantastic. Like, I really liked it. There were quite a few almost emotional scores that were played during this episode that were just so fitting. And the tension that was building in a couple of the scenes, especially when they were all having a drink in the, I don't really know what you would call it, the rec center. Like, the really ominous music that was really quietly playing during that scene was super effective. And I just really liked a lot of the music cues in this episode. And of course, the sound design of the seismic charge, because fucking A, man. Acting-wise, I'm going to give it to Bill Burr. Pretty much every episode that's had a focus character or like a guest character on it has pretty much been my favorite actor of that episode. And this is no different, because Bill Burr, he really played the emotional side of the character a lot better than I thought he would. In season 1, he had a couple real moments, but for the most part he was, a loudmouth criminal who was funny, but there wasn't a whole lot of depth that they went into there. And here, seeing the pain on his face as he was talking to the officer and realizing exactly how much he didn't care about the thousands of people that he sent to his death, I really enjoyed the acting in that moment. I thought Bill Burr was fantastic. So yeah, he takes the gold for this episode. Editing and pacing, I think, was just about perfect. It was kind of a short episode, but they filled it with just the right amount of action, story points, and really important character moments. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a 9.3 out of 10. It doesn't surpass the Ahsoka episode for me, but it's getting real close. This was a great episode of The Mandalorian. And ooh, goddamn, they got me so pumped for the finale with that last message that Mando sent him. Like, it's about to go down. And when I say it's about to go down, I mean it's about to go down. I'm expecting some highly emotional moments in the finale, as well as some really good action sequences. And yes, I would be very disappointed if I don't get that, but I don't really see how they're not going to do that with all the setup that they've had in this episode and just about like the previous 4 or 5. Like, I can tell this finale is going to be good. And if they throw Ezra into the finale, it's a done deal. That's like a 10 out of 10 episode right there. So yeah, can't wait for it. And that is about it. Please. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Dude, he looks sick. Looks even cooler than he did in the original trilogy.